Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start in child's pose. So you can come to your hands and knees. Shift your hips back towards your heels. Let your forehead rest down onto the mat. Take a moment to settle into your natural breath, whatever that is for you today. Maybe even scan your body. Noticing where you're carrying tension and where you're carrying spaciousness. Begin to deepen your breath, pulling air in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth, sigh everything out. Make and constrict the back of your throat. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Seal your lips, exhale through your nose, keeping that same constriction through the back of your throat. And just steady here with your breath. Notice the way your rib cage expands out to the sides and compresses again as you exhale. Inhale, come up onto your hands and knees. Wrists below your shoulders, knees below your hips. Lift your right hand all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, dive your right hand underneath your left, drawing your right shoulder and your right ear down to the mat. Take a few breaths here, finding a twist in your spine, some weight on your shoulders so you're opening up through your upper back. Pressing your left hand into the mat. Inhale, lift your right hand up towards the ceiling. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, left arm lifts up. Exhale, left hand dives underneath the right, left shoulder, left ear down onto the mat. The same thing here. Focusing on the twist in your spine, maybe even using a little pressure from your right hand to deepen. Feeling some space open up in between your shoulder blades if you're putting pressure on your left shoulder. Pressing your right hand into the mat. Inhale, lift your left arm up and over your head. Exhale, left hand comes down onto the mat. Keep cat-cows. Inhale, navel drops down, head lifts. Think about spreading your sit bones apart so they widen. Exhale, round through your back, navel towards your spine, chin towards your chest. Spread your vertebrae apart in the upper portion of your back. Inhaling, navel drops down, sit bones spread. Exhaling, round through your back, navel tucks in, chin to chest, space created in between your shoulder blades. One more of these. Inhale, navel drops down. Exhale, round. Inhale, neutral spine, curl the toes under. Exhale, hover your knees and shift your chest down towards your thighs. So your knees are still hovering, you're pressing into the palms of your hands. Inhaling, straighten your legs just a baby bent. So you've still got your knees bent and your chest towards your thighs. On your exhale, go straight into your down dog. Start to lengthen your heels down. Try to keep your back straight. Pedal for your feet a few times. Tuck your navel in and up towards your spine. Uddiyana. Bottom of your exhale, walk your feet forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, take a half lift. Your hands can graze along your shins. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, reach your arms up and over your head. Fingertips come up high, a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands come down to the mat. Bend your knees, lift up onto the tips of your toes, and try to drop your hips down and towards your heels. So it's a nice deep squat, almost like a toe stand. Exhale, forward fold. Heels come down, head relaxes down. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine, peek forward. Exhale, press your palms into the mat and step back, high to low. So high, like to low. Inhale, lift up your heart, arch your back, shoulders roll down away from your ears. Curl your toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. Hips lift up towards the ceiling, chin comes in towards your chest. Bottom of your exhale carries your feet forward. So we're still in that Ujjayi breath. Inhale, half lift, hands graze. Exhale, fold. You can give it a little squeeze if that feels nice. Inhale, reach your arms up and over your head, a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, drop your hips towards your heels. Lift up onto the tips of your toes, deep squat. Exhale, forward fold back down again. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, press your palms into the mat and step back, high to low. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, hips rise up towards the ceiling, downward facing dog. Navel tucked in towards your spine. We'll take one more of these. Feet travel to the front. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Root into the soles of your feet. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up and over your head. A little bit of a back bend. Exhale, forward fold down. Inhale, drop your hips down, lift up onto the tips of your toes. Gaze carries forward, shoulders relax. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, palms press. Step back, high to low. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, hips rise. 3 breaths. Step or hop your feet forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, forward fold down, moving into Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms up towards the ceiling, hips drop low. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands plant, step back, high to low. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, hips rise up towards the ceiling. Step your right foot forward in between your hands. Left heel spirals down. Inhale, warrior one. Reach your arms up. Think about the left hip tilting forward and the right hip back. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat. Curl the left toes under. Inhale, slide the right foot back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift your heart. Toes curl under. Exhale, hips rise. Left foot steps forward in between your hands. Right heel down. Inhale, reach up. Right hip is drawing forward, left hip back. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Inhale, slide your left foot back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lift your hips. Take 3 breaths. Step or hop your feet forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, knees bend. Drag your fingertips along the floor so you know you're low enough. Chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down. Take your vinyasa. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Bottom of the exhale carries your right foot forward. Left heel down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Shoulders are relaxed. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Inhale, right foot back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lift your hips. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, reach your arms up high. Warrior one. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Inhale, left foot back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lift your hips. 3 breaths. Step or hop up to the front of the mat. Half lift. Forward fold. 1 more through. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep the floor. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Palms press, step it back. Heart lifts up. Hips rise, right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one, back heel plants. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, one-legged plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lift your hips. Left foot forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, hover the left. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, hips. 3 breaths. Step or hop your feet up to the front of the mat. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, lift your arms up, last chair pose. Exhale, stand tall, hands over your heart. Samastihiti. Take 5 breaths here. Strongly breathing in and out of your nose. Rooting down to the soles of your feet. Root down to the left. Inhale, step the right foot back. Nice open T. Turn the right toes to the right, and on your exhale, lengthen your right hand forward. Drop your right hand down towards your right toes. Inhale, lift your left hand up towards the ceiling. Turn your gaze up. Take 5 breaths here. Think about reaching up instead of down, top shoulders pushed back, core is engaged. 1 big inhale. On your exhale, bend your right knee, shifting your feet as you need to. Hands come in front of your right foot, Skandasana. Come down only as low as you feel comfortable. Take a few breaths here, and if you wanted to deepen, you can keep the right hand planted. Wrap the left arm around your body to try to come around to the inside of your right thigh. Keep tilting the left shoulder back, turning your gaze over the left shoulder. Inhaling, you're going to release the bind. Walk your hands towards the back of the mat. Pivot your hips, curl the left toes under, drop the left knee down. A little bit of a lizard here, keep planted through the left hand. On your exhale, sweep the right arm back, and if you wanted to catch your right toes, left toes, with your right hand, you could. Stretching through your left quadricep. Inhale, slowly releasing back to center. Pivoting so that you're turning towards the middle of your mat. Lift all the way up into a nice big star. Adjust your feet so that your left toes are pointing to the front. Exhale, lengthen your left hand forward and draw your left hand down to your left shin, ankle, or big toe. 5 breaths in your triangle pose. Navel tucks into the spine. Think about lengthening to the crown of your head, moving through your vertebrae. Gaze turns up last. Big deep inhale. Exhale, we're dropping the left hip down towards the left heel, adjusting your feet as needed into your Skandasana. Opening up through your heart, you can keep the left hand grounded. If you want a deeper twist, you take your bind in. Right hand wraps around towards the inside of your left leg. Draw the right shoulder back and gaze over your right shoulder. Big full breaths. Navel still drawn out. Inhaling, releasing your right hand, pivoting and turning to face the front of the mat, curling the right toes under, drawing the right knee down. Exhaling, plant through your right hand, reach your left arm back and reach for your right toes. Lizard pose with a twist, opposite side. You can keep drawing the heel in towards your glute. Relaxing the foot down, inhaling, come back to center, curl the right toes under, lift the right knee, and start to rise all the way up into your nice big star. Exhaling, turn and face the back of the mat, all 10 toes. Right hand to right hip, inhale, lift your left arm up and over your head. Exhale, left hand's gonna come down to the inside or the outside of your right foot. Revolve triangle, tilt your right hip back and your left hip forward, and then lift up through your right hand. Gaze turns up last, keep squeezing through your inner thighs and keep your feet rooted down into the floor. So your legs are active from the soles of your feet all the way up to where they connect with your hips. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come all the way up, nice big star. Pivot and turn your toes all the way to the front of the mat. Left hand to left hip, inhale, lift your right arm up and over your head. Exhale, right hand comes down to the inside or the outside of the left foot. This time tilting the left hip back and the right hip forward, lengthen to the crown of your head. Inhaling, left arm lifts up with your gaze. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come all the way up, stable and firm through the soles of your feet. Exhale, step up to the front of the mat, hands together, Samasthiti. Inhale, step your right foot back a little bit wider. Open your arms up wider. Turn the right toes to face the back of your mat. Exhale, right knee bends, right elbow to right knee. Inhale, swing your left arm up and over your ear. Stay with your breathing. If you wanted to drop your right hand down to the inside or the outside of your right foot, you could do that, or a slightly deeper stretch. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come all the way up. Switch your feet. Exhale, bend into your left knee. Left hand comes down to the floor or left elbow to left knee. Swing your right arm up and over your ear, tilt your top shoulder back. You've got 5 breaths here. Gaze turns up last, you're gazing over towards the tips of your fingers. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, pivot and turn to the back of your mat and lunge into your right knee and hook your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Prayer twist, palms pressed together. Back heel is planted or lifted. Twist a little bit deeper, lengthening through your spine. On your exhale, drop the back knee down. Inhale, lift both arms up and over your head, low lunge. Keep pushing through the top side of your back leg. Keep lengthening through Your hips drawing them further towards the floor so you feel the stretch in your left quadricep. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat. Half seated splits. Walk your hands back. Shift your hips towards either you're on the left heel or towards the inside of the left heel. Inhale, lift up through your arms. Exhale, forward fold over your straight right leg. Inhale, take a half lift, lengthen through your spine. Tuck your navel in. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. 5 breaths here. Inhaling, we're going to walk the hands back up. On your exhale, take your right heel to the hip crease of your left, so half lotus. If that doesn't work for you, then you can slide your foot down so the right foot is matching up with the left knee. If the left leg doesn't work here, straighten it out. But otherwise, you're in that half lotus. Everybody together, exhale, twist to the right. Right hand comes back behind you, left hand can come onto the right knee to apply a little bit of pressure to twist deeper. If you're here and you want to go further, then your right arm can wrap around to the upper left arm or towards your right toes. Inhaling, we're releasing back to center. As you do so, stretch your right foot out. Try to keep it lifted. Now you're going to either hold on to the hamstring, the calf, or the toes. Crunch asana as you straighten through your right leg. Take 5 breaths here. Stay with your breathing. Now from your crunch asana, you're going to release the right foot down. Take your left leg and draw the left heel to the top of your right thigh into a half lotus. Inhale, lift your arms up and over your head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take a half lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. 5 breaths here. Inhale, we're going to lift all the way up. Walk your hands back. And as you lift up, slip your right foot out to boat pose. Straighten your legs if you can or keep them bent. Lift through your heart. Take 5 breaths. Exhale, cross your ankles, roll over your feet, plant your hands, step back, high to low. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lift your hips. Walk, step, or hop, feet in between your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up. Exhale, hands over your heart, Samasthiti. Find weight in your right foot. Inhale, pick your left foot up, step it back. Open up big and wide. Exhale, turn all 10 toes to face the front of your mat. Lunge into your left knee and hook your right elbow on. Prayer twist to the front of the mat. Think about drawing your thumbs towards the middle of your breastbone and using a little bit of leverage of elbow to knee. It doesn't have to connect. If you're out here, that's perfectly fine too. On an exhale, curl your back toes under and drop your back knee down onto the mat. Inhale, lift both arms up and over your head, low lunge, hips drifting forward so you have the same stretch that we did on the other side. Exhale, release your hands down. Shift your hips back, half seated splits. So you're either sitting on the heel, keeping the hips elevated some so the toes are tracking back towards your head, are going to the inside of your right foot. Keep your toes active. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, forward fold down. Inhale, little half lift. If you need to wiggle your sit bones out, you could. Exhale, fold deeper. Think about navel to thigh, chest to knee, nose to shin. Inhale, walking your hands back up. Exhale, take your left toes to the top of your right thigh. Now again, as I said before, if this doesn't work for you, you can always go to the inside of the knee. If this knee movement doesn't work with you sitting, stretch the right leg out. On your exhale, you're going to twist. Left hand comes back behind you, right hand onto your left knee, so you can apply a little leverage here. If this works and you want to pick the left hand up, wrap it around to the upper portion of your right arm or onto your left toes. Take your gaze over your left shoulder and stay focused in on your breathing. You will tuck into the spine. Inhale, slowly come back to center. On your exhale, you're releasing the left foot, but stretch it up. Crunchasana, you can hold on to the foot, the calf, the hamstring, lengthen the leg out. Keep in mind that if this knee bent doesn't work for you, you can stretch it out just as we had before. Shoulders roll down away from your ears. You've got 5 breaths here. Exhaling, slowly releasing your left leg back down to the mat. Release the right foot so that the right foot comes on top of your left thigh. Inhale, lift your arms up and over your head. Exhale, forward fold, half lotus. Fold in. Inhale, half lift. Again, removing excess flesh underneath the sit bones and fold down a little bit deeper. Inhale, walk your hands back up. As you lift, start to unbind, boat pose, both feet lift up, 5 breaths. Squeeze through your inner thighs, lift through your heart. Exhale, cross your ankles, plant your hands, step it back, high to low. Inhale, lift up through your heart. Exhale, lift up through your hips. Inhale, take your shoulders over your wrists. Exhale, lower down gently onto your belly. We'll take a locust position. You can do A or B. A takes your hands back behind by your hips. You want the tops of your hands on the floor, your palms facing up. B is hands beside your chest almost, elbows bent, palms resting on the floor. Squeeze through your inner thighs. Inhaling, tuck your navel into your spine. Exhaling, lift up through your heart. And as you lift through your heart, lift through your feet. Take 5 breaths. Exhale, release down. Slowly draw your elbows underneath you. Half Bakasana. You're going to press into your left elbow. Draw your right hand back, bend your right knee, try to grab onto your right foot. So just as we did with that lizard twist, you're drawing the heel towards the glute or to the outside of your hip. If you wanted a deeper stretch, you can rotate the fingers to the outside. So you're moving your fingers over the pinky toe so that they're pushing down as you eventually draw the hand pointing more towards your body. Keep your shoulder drawn back. If you need a slightly deeper stretch, you can press into the left hand and try to straighten the left elbow. Exhale, we'll release down. Shifting, so you're pressing into that right elbow now. Bend into your left knee, reach your left hand back. Same thing here, left heel towards your left glute or to the outside of your left hip. Your hands can rotate to the outside all the way around so that your fingers are pointing towards your body as you're pressing into the top of your foot. Deeper stretch constitutes straightening that elbow on the opposite side. Inhale, release. Exhale, take your left elbow down and slowly draw your chest down onto the mat. Reach both hands back to try to catch your ankles. Moving into a bow pose, Dharasana. You can press your hands into your feet and your feet into your hands. Inhale, lift up through your heart, squeeze your shoulder blades together and keep lifting, trying to draw your pelvic bone down onto the mat. Try not to let your knees sway out, and then just focus on your breathing. If you wanted to rock to the right and gaze over your left shoulder, come back to center, rock to the left and gaze over your right shoulder, and just side to side. Back to center. Last deep breath. Exhale, release down. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, lift up through your heart, upward facing dog, curl your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Inhaling, slowly crawl your feet forward in between your hands. Exhaling, sit. Lengthen your legs out in front of you. Paschimottanasana, my Sanskrit's horrible. Remove any extra flesh from underneath your sit bones. Inhale, lift your arms up and over your head. Exhale, forward fold down. You can go peace fingers to big toes. You can hold on to your feet. You can do something funky where you wrap your arms around, whatever you need to. Wherever you're at, inhale, take a little half lift. Exhale. Think about lengthening to the crown of your head and press calves and hamstrings into the mat as your toes tilt back towards your head. Inhale, we're going to lift all the way up. Exhale, roll down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. We'll take a single bridge or wheel, your choice. Feet come down to the mat. If you're moving into bridge pose, knees and feet are usually hip width apart, but you can go closer together or further apart. Hands down by your sides. Inhaling, pick your tailbone up, roll up one vertebrae at a time. You could hold right here, maybe even rolling your shoulders underneath you to stretch a little bit deeper. Or you could take your hands towards your shoulders, fingers facing towards you, pressing your palms into the mat, pressing your feet and lift all the way up into your wheel. Take 5 breaths. Exhale, slowly come down. Inhale, hug your knees into your chest. Moving into a twist. Exhale, take your knees to the right. Lengthen your left arm out. You can apply a little pressure with your right hand onto your outside of your left leg. If you wanted to take a different type of twist, if you wanted to cross the left leg over the right or straighten your left leg, do what you need to for your body. Continue with your Ujjayi breathing, though you may also find it nice to settle back into a natural rhythm. Inhaling, drawing your knees up to center. Exhaling, take them in the opposite direction. So they drift to the left and your head to the right. Take the same amount of care on this side to adjust. Closer to, further away, straight legs, bent knees, what you need in your body. Stay with your breathing. You might hear some external distractions. They're called archer. Inhaling, gently draw your knees back up to center. Exhaling, hug your knees into your chest one last time. Give them a little squeeze. And then on your next inhale, let your head relax down, let your feet relax out, and move into Shavasana. And if you're not wanting to take your Shavasana flat on your back today, feel free to roll over to one side or to take it on your belly. Keep lengthening out. Settle into your breath. Rest. Slowly, mindfully, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Let your head rock a little bit from side to side. On an inhale, stretch out, reaching your hands above your head and your toes towards the very end of your mat. Exhale, roll over to one side. Take a moment for whatever fills your heart with gratitude. Acknowledge it. Pressing your hands into the mat, come up into a seated position, turning around to face the camera or the computer or the phone or whatever you're on. Inhale, lift your arms up and over your head, palms pressed together. Exhale, take your hands down over your heart. Namaste.